Ooh, welcome to a very spooky episode of Is It Kino? I am your pet host, Monkey Johnson, joined as always by the squid pet and the whatever animal Erich is gonna be pet. Ooh, spooky.
I bought. Oh,
What is that, a
jeez.
fucking cat?
It sounds like a monkey. Oh no, now it's a
Ew.
cat.
It's
It's
kind
a
of just
demon cat.
it's making me sick how well he can make cat sound effects. I feel like I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks to a furry convention I never went to. Turn this shit off. I'm ending the
Oh.
show. Stop it.
No!
You rich, please become a human again. I'm so sorry.
We need to bury him. It'll
We should legitimately bury Erich and actually have him be killed for this.
Oh no.
Hey everybody, welcome to your favorite movie review podcast. That's right, Is It Kino? Today we're talking about the new horror film Pet Sematary, the remake, the squeakquel.
Yes.
Rated R.
Based, of course, on the legendarily scary Stephen King novel. Folks, let me ask you this. I've read many a novel in my day. Never once in my life has a novel scared me. Now, I haven't read any Stephen King, so maybe I'm just missing out on the best of the best. Does anybody actually get scared by words on a page?
Uh, hmm.
Erich, have you read a book that scared you? How can a book be
Yeah,
scary?
I think I was scared by the Annihilation movie. I'm sorry, book. Fuck, I said it wrong.
I don't see it.
That's
Like I'm
serious.
so removed from the emotions when it's text on a
Right.
page. Like a movie can scare me with like I can see the characters or the actors emoting and being frightened and the music. A book, it's just like the way you read it.
But in my mind, I'm picturing things. I'm playing it like a movie, and my imagination is way scarier than a lot of shit that could be thought of. And
It just seems like
Oh,
with the
dude.
book you have to put in a whole lot of effort for it to be scary. A book can be
right.
easily funny or thrilling or dramatic, but scary? I don't know.
Oh, dude, there's this book called the Bible. It has this really good villain in it called Yahweh. Oh man, people are so scared of it. You gotta watch out.
I mean,
They
Yahweh, unironically, is the villain of the Old Testament. I don't know why people pretend he's not. Even the Jewish people who worship that shit honestly believe that.
Yeah, they built all temples just to appease him. It's crazy. They slaughter lambs and everything.
Yeah.
It's a real
Lambs in
dangerous
the
book.
What
slaughterhouse.
about creepypastas, Monkey? Have you ever read scary creepypastas?
Oh
No,
no.
they're not fucking scary.
From Bible to creepypastas,
But then
literally.
again,
Squidward suicide.
maybe this
Oh
is
no.
my autism slash sociopathy coming to a head here, folks, because typically movies don't really scare me either. So the question is,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
this new film give me the spooks that I needed to be wetting my pants in the theater, shaking in
Oh
my boots,
no.
folks? Have to take off my jacket because I'm getting the cold sweats, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Creaming
e-
your jeans.
Erich, what did you think of Pet Cemetery, and did it make you cream your jeans?
So I've never seen the original Pet Cemetery, and I've never read the book Pet Cemetery. I have, however, like heard descriptions of what happens in those things. So when this movie rolled out, what was going on, I was just like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Cat comes back to life, cool, 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 cool. You bury things and they come back to life, cool, 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 cool. So like
The
it's
best.
not anything that I haven't like expected watching this movie. I think it's done all right in the movie, and for me, the thing you need to nail in this movie is you need to buy the depths that the main character will sink to in order to make the movie work, essentially. And I think Jason Clarke is kind of the perfect guy to do that because he just looks weird, and he always looks like
Wow.
he's slightly unhinged
What
and
else?
is
What
ready to
else
do
do we know
crazy
Jason
shit.
Clarke from other than the classic film Serenity?
Yeah, other than Serenity, I really don't know. He was in the new Terminator movie. He was the
Oh,
T-10000000 in
okay.
that.
I'll just remember him as the guy who abused Anne Hathaway in Serenity, my favorite movie
Yes,
of the year
yes.
still.
Wait, was he the guy who was this melted metal in Terminator? Is that him?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Wait. You're talking about Terminator 2?
I, I don't
Or
know.
I'm talking about Terminator Genesis.
Oh well, I don't remember that one.
He was John Connor, aka the T1 million.
Oh wow.
All right, so yeah, I think the movie's fine. I think it does what it is trying to accomplish. It's really kind of a regular horror movie.
A regular one,
like
just vanilla.
this is an audience. This is a general audience horror movie, and I think with the ideas this movie is
Oh,
playing with,
it's not a deep and complex enough. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Babadook. Oh, what a real
This isn't
scare!
Hereditary. This isn't Hereditary or
It
The Witch.
follows. Talk about true horror. Am I right,
But like
folks?
those movies have an interesting idea that they're playing with, and they spend time developing the characters. Like I think this movie is somewhat trying to really replicate the book because the mother in this movie has these crazy flashbacks that she flashes back to, and we never really understand exactly what is going on there, but it kind of informs her life in a way. And even though she has
You
almost
don't
nothing to do in this
understand?
movie for the most part, like it's really like in her head the entire time, which is very novel like.
Wait, what
So
don't you understand about those
what the
flashbacks?
fuck was wrong with her sister or whatever?
She had
She
a
was born
twisted
that
spine.
way.
She was born that way the entire time?
Yeah, she was just super crippled.
Fuck.
I just want to say one thing.
And that was what you didn't get?
One thing I'm gonna miss when Erich
I thought she
leaves.
got sick or something, but like,
No.
One thing I'm gonna miss when Erich leaves the show is when he'll go on for like a whole paragraph of thoughts, and interjected in the middle will be Florian like judging him, like making little snide comments, like "You didn't understand that? What the fuck?
I know.
What an idiot!"
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot all what he was saying.
And I really enjoy that. It's gonna be missed for sure.
It's the best call.
Okay, so Florian, Erich says this movie, pretty down the middle of the road horror movie. Tell me why he's wrong. Why is this the greatest horror movie you've seen, perhaps all
The
year?
greatest, Jesus. Well, the thing is, I really don't like horror movies,
Yeah.
and now that I've seen it, it's amazing to me how they can make a whole movie with so little story in it. It's bizarre.
Yep.
Every once in a while, it's just some completely random 1 minute long period where it's just really tense music, and then you're awaiting a jump scare, and oh, it's really predictable. Here it comes, and there's just so little to it. If you sum this movie up, it's probably going to be like 2 sentences.
Yeah. My opening salvo here will be, again, movies don't really scare me. My litmus test, the bar you have to pass to scare me is one of my favorite movies of the decade, a little movie I like to call Green Room. It's probably the scariest movie I've ever seen. The most
tense as fuck.
Yeah, the most thrilling, intense, truly frightening, horrific film I've ever seen in theaters. And no other movie has ever compared to that, so it's like, okay, this doesn't scare me. And this one definitely doesn't really scare me. I guess people enjoy like the creepy, suspenseful sort of atmosphere of these types of movies, but it's certainly not horrific and
scary.
You're not gonna like have nightmares unless you're a small child. But in terms of film quality, the film itself, not even the spooks and the ghouls and the jumps, I'll say the film left me with a very, very powerful feeling of incompleteness. I feel like they spent a good hour and 20 minutes building up to what the trailer told us would happen.
Right.
Because it's not even a spoiler because it's in the trailer. He finds out that if you bury something in this special evil pet cemetery, it comes back to life. Then his daughter dies, so he buries his daughter there so that she'll come back to life. I'm thinking, okay, I can't wait for the movie to hit this point because I know what happens because it's in the trailer. I can't wait to see all the crazy,
1 hour later.
all the crazy, spooky, fun stuff that's gonna happen once his daughter comes back. And they spend an hour and 20 minutes building up to that, and then they finally happens, and then the movie ends like 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, either the trailer fucked up or the movie fucked up because I feel like I'm missing another half an hour of this movie. And really, I think that might be the strangest backhanded compliment I can give it is that I wish it was longer. That might be the first time in Is It Kino history that I've said instead of the movie was too long, the movie was too short. I feel like there's no resolution to me. It's like, okay, we hit this epic spot, but now it's just done.
It peaks too late and not high enough. Like
it was like a premature ejaculation.
Yeah.
Are you sure you wouldn't want to cut like 20 minutes of pointless jump scares?
Well, yeah, of course. Like what I'm saying is, it was completely unbalanced. Thanos would be disgusted. It's an hour and
Mhm.
20 minutes of build up for 20 unsatisfying minutes of conclusion, and it was.
Right.
It's like, what? Come
Honestly,
on.
this movie could have turned into an awkward comedy by the end, like where the daughter has been resurrected and the mother doesn't like her, and like they could have had like a dinner scene. They could have
Yeah,
like tried to do some kind
every
of like
movie like this needs a fucking dinner scene. Dinner scenes are kino in
yeah
every movie. What's the Only God Forgives dinner scene? Fucking kino.
yeah.
Every movie that I don't even like has a kino dinner scene. They could have done it
Hmm.
in this so easily.
Right. Like I think this movie could really could
Wait,
have
what are
played
you
with
talking
the
about?
no fuck you, Florian. I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
This movie could have really played with the Jason Clarke trying to convince her that it's good that their daughter came back to life, and like just really awkward moments of them at the dinner table. He's trying to feed her.
And she's
Corn
like
is falling
throwing
out of her
plates at the
mouth.
wall.
Yeah,
Corn.
yeah, she's throwing plates, like all
She
that shit. Come
refuses to
on.
eat the corn pizza. Could you imagine?
Yes.
Uh, so, so you're saying there's no dinner scene, but there's one scene where they eat. So is this dinner scene something specific that you mean?
It's like it's
It's
a
an
trope in
awkward dinner
movies.
scene.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trope of the awkward dinner scene where everything like explodes and goes crazy.
Oh, so it's with one bad guy, I guess.
Well, like I think Hereditary even had like a dinner scene kind of like this, where like
Yeah.
the mom starts screaming at the son. Maybe that was a
Right.
breakfast scene. I don't know. But yeah, you need these movies need scenes where all the family members sit down together for a
Are
meal,
together, right.
and the
Mhm.
tension builds up and the pressure builds up, and then by the end of the scene, like people are shouting at each other and everything's going bad. Those scenes are
Right,
always
right.
pure fucking kino.
That almost happened immediately. Like as soon as she got home and saw their daughter, she was like, "Oh, fuck this, fuck everything." And like I think that's more believable probably. But like she never even entertained the idea that this could work.
She doesn't even need to entertain it. I think his name's Jason Clark or Jason Isaacs.
Yeah, Jason Clarke.
Jason Clark should have been. He's already clearly
Insane, yeah.
Yeah, he's not so insane. I'd say
He's grief insane.
he's off the deep end. He's already
Mhm.
resurrected his daughter and made her a zombie. Why not make him
Yeah.
like a forceful asshole? He's like, no, we're sitting down as a family. We're eating this dinner
Yeah.
together. So like it's like a sort of a
Have you ever
Skylar
seen
White
Signs?
a
Oh.
long time ago. But like she could be like in a Skylar White situation where this is pretty much like marital rape, but just because they're eating dinner together, it's like she's very uncomfortable and doesn't want to be there at all. And like the young son is crying and he's like, everybody's gonna sit here and enjoy this meal together. And like the fucking
You
zombie
know-
daughter's throwing shit against the wall and
The darker, better version of this to me is that the wife starts to go crazy because she's in a place with her dead daughter. He kills his wife, takes her to the pet cemetery, brings her back to life.
oh yeah.
The same thing happens to the son, and so he has them like tied down, and he's trying to like recreate his kind of perfect family with them. But, like I don't know.
Yeah, I think, and I don't. Again, none of us have read or seen the source material or like the previous
Right.
versions of this. I think making the resurrected people the villains, like the cat and the daughter, the villains. I think that was a mistake. I think Jason Clarke, who is the living human who is dealing with grief, the great metaphor of what grief does to you. I think he should have became the ultimate villain, using the power of I don't have the family I wanted anymore, so I will craft it and force it back into reality. My grief is taking over. Yeah, why not have him kill his whole family and bring them back as zombies so that they'll always be with him?
Yeah. That being said, I did like the ending of this.
Well, how does that make sense? How would that work? Because if the zombies aren't evil, then it wouldn't be particularly evil to make your family into zombies, I guess.
Rather than okay, so I think this movie posits that like they don't come back as themselves. There's some kind of like demon or some kind
Right.
of dark force that's animating them. I would have liked better that they are angry that they've been brought back to life, and they are like desperately trying to kill themselves, kill themselves again, or like find a way
No.
to end it
Well,
again. But I
what
don't
it,
know.
what it makes me think of is in Shutter Island. You guys seen Shutter Island? Probably.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
In like Leo's tragic backstory is that his wife drowned their 3 kids in the lake so that they would
Right.
be living dolls, and they'll always be, the young kids, and they can just dress them up and sit them at the dinner table. I think that's a much creepier, darker thing. It's like, you will
Yeah.
always be the way I want you to be because I want my family this way, so I will kill you so we can have, I can always have the family I have right now forever, that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think in the book it was a young boy rather than a young girl who was killed and brought back to life.
Wow.
What do you guys think of the cat in this movie? The cat wasn't evil enough, in my
The
opinion.
cat.
Cat
I don't know.
acted like a normal cat
Yeah.
who's kind of pissed off
Yeah.
and
Normal cats scratch and hiss on a daily basis. I recently got a
Yes.
cat. If you take a look at Sheepover's hands,
No.
they are completely covered. Her entire hand is covered in fucking scratches from her playing with the cat. That's playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that cat is pure evil. That cat lured the girl into the street so he would get run over, man.
It was just
it's a
walking.
good-looking evil cat, but it doesn't behave evil enough for me.
Well,
No.
it does. It's just smart evil. It just doesn't scratch because that doesn't matter. What matters is that it got the girl killed.
The cat in Captain Marvel was more evil because it clawed a man's eye out. No, we need this cat to be an evil demon. The cat needs to get onto the dad's MacBook, go onto his Facebook, post like "I'm gay," LOL as a status. Like we needed this cat doing more shit than hissing and like walking away. Boring, lame
No,
cat.
The cat downloads porn, like weird porn. onto,
The cat downloads
dad's
child
laptop.
porn on the dad's computer.
Yeah.
And then emails it to the mom and says, "Hey, take a look at this."
Man,
Bad
the thing
cat,
is-
bad.
Oh, you're bad.
You
The
guys
thing
see
is,
the cat typing on the keyboard? That just do that.
Yeah,
Keyboard
keyboard cat.
cat.
Ah, Jinx.
Jigs? Ah, shit.
Pinch
You
poke,
owe
you owe me a
Monkey a
coke.
Coke.
Oh, Jinx! Neither one of you can talk. Neither one of you can talk until I say your name. That's right. Welcome back to the Monkey Jones Kino Show. Nobody else, no other co-host. It's just me. No, I'm bored.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
Florian and Rich guys can talk again.
Oh, thank you.
Thank God.
Were you holding your
That's
breath while
painful.
waiting?
no, it just not being able to talk sucks.
Anyways, I gotta say, I didn't actually hate this movie. I know there isn't much in it, but I guess I still liked it in a way, and I even liked the ending, even though it was really abrupt. I thought it
What
was
i-
alright.
What is John Lithgow's game in this movie? Like, what the fuck? Why does he tell them about this fucking pet cemetery?
Hey, first of all, John Lithgow, aka Lord Farquaad, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
He plays the old man neighbor who introduces Jason Clarke to the pet cemetery because
Right.
is it implied that he once brought his own wife back with it and then had her killed, or was it
Yeah.
just his old dog?
I think he brought his wife, or maybe that was in the book or the movie. Like he did bring his son back, or his I don't know.
Well, he
Okay.
brought his
His
dog
wife,
back,
his
but
wife.
He may have brought his wife back as well. I think he definitely killed his wife, but I don't know if he did that before or after she was resurrected, or if
I
she
think-
ever
I
was
think he's-
resurrected.
I think he's a good boy who didn't do nothing, so he probably killed her after she was resurrected and all evil, which does beg the question: why did he think it would be different to
Yeah, right.
to bring back this guy's cat?
I think he says that. Like, I think it'd be different because like it's sooner or something. But like, why try? Like, what do you have to gain?
Well, the
Well,
reasoning in the
it's
movie.
obvious that his wife was just evil, and bringing her
Mm.
back made her more evil.
I'll say this: I liked the performance John Lithgow gave, but let's evaluate the character's motivations. In a great scene that harkened back to the rock biter in Neverending Story, who felt so guilty that he couldn't save his friends from the nothing. John Lithgow gives a very similar performance in this scene where he says, your daughter, man, I loved her so much. She was so sweet. I didn't want to see her sad, so that's why I told you to bring your cat back alive at the pet cemetery. What was I thinking? I'm so stupid. And I'm like, well, yeah, you are pretty fucking stupid because you know that bringing the cat back's not going to make her happy because the cat's going to be an evil little shit, just like what happened to you. Why do you think it's going to be different?
Right.
What was your thinking? Why did you buy them a new fucking cat? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. First, you complain the cat's not evil enough. Now you're saying it's evil. He should have never been brought back. I don't know, man.
No, but
Sending
even
me
telling
mixed
anybody
cats
about
in
this
with
is like unnecessarily like tempting them.
Threatening the universe.
It's just been too long since he's seen a good resurrection. What can you say?
So are those kids who were walking through the woods with the animal mask and shit? Are they going to bury their pets in the pet cemetery and then bring them back to life, or is there like a on Earth pet cemetery that they just bury their pets there and then it's not a big deal? Because like, what the fuck are the masks for then?
I,
Like, what's the fucking thing?
I think it's creepy imagery for the sake of creepy imagery, and it had nothing to do with anything in the movie.
Uh huh.
It was like, what was the point of the kids being all creepy, wearing animal masks, wheelbarrowing their dog into the woods? Like, okay, this looks creepy, but then it's never brought up again and has nothing to do with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. You'd think that they would have brought back pets all this time, and then you'd see signs everywhere that say no zombie pets allowed or something.
It might
But
raise
no.
more questions than it deserve or needs to, but like maybe they should have said that like these kids brought their dog back to life and the dog was fine. So like now John Lithgow thinks, oh, it'll work this time. But like if
Yeah,
you have
we
no
never see
reason
that
to go
dog,
on
do
it,
we?
Well,
no, you
when
don't.
when the daughter who has been resurrected kills John Lithgow, isn't she
Yeah.
wearing one of those animal masks? Maybe it's implied that all of
Yeah.
those kids are resurrected children.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
And
not
does
very
her
good.
face look like it the mom's sister at some point?
No, her
No,
face
Her
I
face
was
don't
like
think-
contorts.
her face was replaced with John Lithgow's wife's face for that one
I
scene.
see.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
all
for
right,
the
all right.
scene. By the way, I can't believe that they just killed the old man, and he's the only one they didn't bring back. I can't believe they didn't bring him back. That would have been great.
He's not part of the
Evil
family.
John Lithgow. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
he is. He was part of the family in the end.
Judd.
He's a neighbor they just met.
They
Yeah.
should have brought him back. It would have been one big family.
Yeah.
He was so grateful he got to share a meal with them. It's just unfair they didn't bring him back.
Well,
All right, so Skumky in the chat says it's explained that the Wendigo compels you to talk about the burial ground,
no,
which is
great.
absolute bullshit.
It's
Stephen King
stupid.
doesn't know why. He just says a wizard did it.
Well, let me ask you this, boys of the panel. Did Pet Cemetery invent the trope of the magical ancient Indian burial ground, or is it part of the trope and
Well,
very offensive and shitty writing?
Was it released before or after Poltergeist? I
Oh,
believe
man.
Poltergeist.
Good question. I don't know
is-
how old this book is.
Yeah, I have to
But
look
did
that up
Poltergeist
because-
even invent that, or has the ancient Indian burial ground horror trope been around for centuries?
You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies.
Damn.
Florian, you're well versed in Native American lore and
jeez.
history. Why do the Native Americans have a burial ground that is so magical it can bring the dead back to life? Is that offensive to Indian culture, Native American culture?
Why would that be offensive?
Because
Are
there's
Native Americans inherently evil, or are they just angry?
yeah,
Stolen?
it's like
Their spirits are evil now.
we're sort of seeing them as like a magical breed separate from normal humanity. We look at their customs and their beads and their feathers and we think, oh, they're shaman like. These must be magical wizards who
What
have
are
the
you
power.
talking about?
It's true. That's one of the negative stereotypes against the native people of America is that they're
Yeah, but-
other. They're
but-
so other. They're so weird with their culture. Why can't they just be normal and shoot guns like us?
But that doesn't make sense because they're obviously magical because of all the genocide. Obviously, that's what gives them the powers.
They needed it to repopulate.
Guys,
Yeah,
I think The Shining uses this too. I think the reason why the Overlook Hotel is so haunted too is also because it's Indian burial
Oh
ground.
my fucking god!
Yeah, that thing had a million reasons, and all of them were completely random, and you couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. There's still people trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in The Shining, and no one knows.
So is Stephen King just a hack?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't be the most popular author of all time without also being a hack.
You can't release a new book every year without half of them having ancient Indian burial grounds.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What's up with that black guy, by the way, who died and then he haunts him? Why does he haunt him? Why is everyone haunted for no reason? Well, I guess that's just the magic, isn't it? How convenient. We're just in a town where everyone's haunted. Oh, that sure makes for a scary movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he has a patient who was hit by, I assume, one of these trucks, And I guess what's the lore behind these fucking trucks? There's these big,
Yeah.
huge trucks that keep flying by their house from the same company, and these trucks are killing people left and right. They kill the black guy, they kill the daughter, they kill the cat. Or what's up with these trucks killing everybody, E. Rich? Was this an ancient Indian burial truck company?
I believe this is a sequel to Maximum Overdrive, where all the come back to life and start killing the humans. So
Wow.
this is all part of the Stephen King universe.
Also, a
So
prequel
there
to
you go.
Cars when cars rule the land. There are no humans left.
Yeah, they
Wow.
suddenly become happy, and they forget their murderous instincts. They just become happy little cars that drive in circles.
Well, if all the humans are dead, is there any reason to be upset? Good question.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
question.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Forget the Disney theory. It's just the Disney and King theory now.
There's one very good reason that I did not like this movie, because it ends with a cover of the Pet Sematary song, originally done by the Ramones. And that is one of the worst Ramones songs,
Ooh.
and it's been stuck in my head on loop for the last 2 fucking days. So
Oh,
fuck this movie, fuck that song, fuck the original movie, fuck everything about it.
Well, thank God I always rush out of the theater as soon as I see credits, so I don't have to hear
Good.
these songs.
Good.
And so people don't realize that you snuck in there without having a card, huh?
Was there a mid or post credit scene to Pet Cemetery?
I didn't see one. I didn't stick around to see.
Oh.
What would it be?
Oh,
Them
maybe-
killing their son?
Yeah, maybe it was just a dinner scene with everyone being a zombie now.
That would have been great.
Yeah, the
That's
best.
that's what should have happened next. We see the final shots of the film are the little girl kills the mom and then they kill the dad. So then all three are now Pet Cemetery zombies, and they're approaching the car where the young little boy is locked inside, and they like have gasoline and they're clearly about to kill him. But then it cuts to smash cut to credits. I think there should have been another scene after that, not even post credits, just another scene like Avengers Shawarma style, where all four of them are just sitting at the dinner table, zombie-like, eating, I guess, worms or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like just sitting in silence for like
Eyeball.
45 seconds. That would have been a much creepier ending, in my opinion. I thought it ended too abruptly and
Right.
too unsatisfactorily the way it was.
This movie feels cut to shit. Like they didn't really know what order they wanted things to happen in, so it's just like, I guess put it there then. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me that he is seeing visions of, that the black guy got hit by the truck. He's like seeing him as
Yeah.
a zombie before he even goes into the pet cemetery. So just the
Right.
fact that he now lives on the land adjacent to this magical place is now having an effect on his life. I don't really like that sort of thing in movies where it's just everything is explained away by magic. I like a little bit more
Yeah.
logic. Like you can have a magical place, but the magical stuff shouldn't be happening before he even goes there. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
that was so
that happens a
bad.
lot in Stephen King stuff generally.
Man, that was just so bad on so many levels. The black guy, he haunts him so that he will tell him not to use the pet cemetery. But then he fucking scares the shit out of him. So what's the point? Of course he's gonna
And he's also scaring the shit out of their kid.
say now. Yeah, the kid. Oh my god, why would he haunt the kid? That is so
Just
stupid.
sitting in the back of their car, just like chilling, I guess.
Oh, man, I wonder, would I be scared or would I be happy to have an undead friend? It's
Oh.
kind of, as a kid, that is.
I think you'd be happy to have a friend at all, Florian.
Yeah, I know, a ghost friend, that sounds
The only-
great.
I
The
finally
friend
have a
you-
black friend.
Wow, every Austrian's
shit.
dream. Finally, a friend other than corn pizza who always leaves you as soon as you digest it.
Hmm.
Yeah, damn.
And then shit it out.
Florian,
Keep
if you,
trying to
if you
finish
made
pizza.
if you made a friend, Florian, would you be able to resist the temptation of telling them to buy another copy of Binding of Isaac? I gotta buy more corn pizza, friend.
I'll never. I'll do it forever.
Well-
Everyone must buy it.
Here's a little peek behind the Is It Kino curtain. We have a little Discord with us three in it. That's how we record the show. Every time we're not recording, like every day, Florian just posts in the chat links to where we can buy his game on Steam, and he keeps like asking us to buy it
Right.
over and over again, saying that
And
he
like
needs more
every
corn
real
pizza.
retailer too. He does Best Buy, he does like Target, he does Kmart, like all of these places.
He does.
Yeah, I finally need you to do that stream you always promised where you play the Binding of Isaac monkey.
Yeah, you're gonna give me a Steam key so then I could give it out to everybody so they can go buy the game while I'm streaming it for you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I guess I'll see. Well, you said you already had it, anyways.
So it sounds like all three of us are kind of mediocre to negative on this movie. I thought,
Yeah.
as a movie, it's like, yeah, it's very average. It's not scary. It's not long enough. Wasn't enough payoff. The trailer really.
This is a movie you take your entire family to if they all want to watch it, and all be like, "Ooh, that was spooky," and I'd be like, "Yeah, sure,
Well,
all right."
this is an R-rated movie, Rich.
Yeah,
Huge
take the
hate
entire
this
family.
Yeah.
Just bring all your family and get them annoyed with this movie.
Now,
I don't know. I
go
feel that this movie was good for a horror movie, but I just don't see the appeal in horror movies. I guess that's the problem.
Yeah.
Don't you like to be scared?
Well, it's not gonna work. It's a movie.
Well, I'll say if you wanna get the thrills and chills of a real horror movie, go check out Green Room, people. Not Green Book, the
Yeah.
Oscar-winning film. Green Room. It should have won an Oscar, if you ask me. For most
Green Room is-
thrills.
Incredibly remarkable because while I was watching that movie, I could hear my heart beating. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
beating that fast and that strongly. That I was like, "Holy shit! I am so fucking tense right now."
And I think why it's so effective on me is that Green Room takes place 100% in reality. There are no supernatural elements. Like when the whole movie's based on magic and Indian witchcraft, it's like, well, okay, that's, I mean, whatever. Like it's
It's just gonna happen, and that's what's
yeah,
gonna
I
happen.
can't relate to that in any way. It's fantasy. But when I see a movie like Green Room, where it's just human versus human, locked up in a little room in the middle of a white supremacist Nazi camp,
Wow.
it's like, oh, yeah, I could end up in this situation by accident very easily. I assume I'll do a gig anywhere. Surely I'll forget my phone in a room one day and end up in a horrible situation where I'm going to be killed.
You could just flash the OK sign and they let you out, though.
I'll show them any of my videos.
Yeah, you just tell them I was on the kill stream, and they'll love you. They'll have no problem. On an Alex Jones, you got it made. You got all the clout with the Nazis. You'll be fine.
Well, okay, so filmmakers listening at home, you wanna make a movie that specifically appeals to me and E-Rich in terms of frights and chills. Make a realistic horror movie. No more of this magic shit, Stephen King, fuck off with your giant turtle in space. Boring, lame, not scary. Give me human on human horror, folks. Real life, realistic fiction horror. That's my lesson of the day.
Yeah, I think that works most effectively.
Man, now I'm really gonna watch this Green Room. Sure sounds interesting. How
Yep,
can it
a
be
horror
scary
movie-
if it's only humans?
You should go watch it
Horror
right
movie
now.
called Green Book. Green Book.
The horrors of integration.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
A black man and a white man become friends. You won't believe the horror.
Horrifying.
Don't let him touch you.
Don't go in there!
That's a black church, Whitey. Don't go in.
Jesus.
So Florian, you're gonna go watch Green Room tonight and report back to us next episode of Is It Kino how
Yes.
scared you were.
All right.
Although
Green Room.
since you're from Austria, you'll probably be rooting for the Nazis, I assume.
Yeah,
God
right.
damn it. How did you
Patrick
know?
Stewart comes on screen and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Patrick
Finally.
Stewart plays the king Nazi in this film. It's
Holy
fucking
shit.
Kino.
I need to see this right now. Jesus.
You do. It's my favorite movie. It's when I started dating Sheep Over. It's one of the first movies I made us watch together.
Man!
I said, if you don't like this shit, we can't be together.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Okay,
awesome.
that's very high standards.
Green Room is the best. Okay. I think. I guess we could say if we would recommend this movie and whether or not it's Kino. E-Rich, go.
I would not recommend watching this movie in the theater. There's no real reason. If it comes on Redbox in a couple months, and you're interested from what we've talked about, yeah, sure, it's fine. It's passable. Yeah, and the cat's cute. There you go.
And scary, evidently.
So you think it would actually be okay to watch a horror movie not in the cinema? Would it not be a
Yeah.
lot less scary?
Oh, I think a horror movie is probably more effective when you're watching it alone at home in the dark rather than in a
Right,
theater full of.
and
Oh, dude, I went to this movie and there was no one in the entire cinema room.
Oh wow!
It was a really
Wow.
big room too, and it was no one there.
Mhm.
There was supposed to be 2 more people there, but I guess I saw them once and then they disappeared. Where did they go? It was real spooky,
So
man.
when you're all alone in a theater, like at the cinema, as you would say, do you ever like start talking out loud or like pull out your dick or anything just for fun?
Oh yeah, I finally get to do whatever I
Well, because it's
want.
like you're all alone in a movie theater. Why not like just pull out your dick for the movie?
Go
You
wild,
don't even have
man.
to get hard. Just like have your dick hanging out.
Yeah, man.
Sure,
Just
maybe.
hang loose, baby. Ow! Get that dick out.
Oh yeah, I just can't even stop it at this point.
I'm
It's
only
always
saying
playing
that
with my dick, really.
I'm only saying that because I've installed infrared cameras in every theater in Austria, waiting to get footage of Florian pulling out his dick. I guess I could just put these hidden cameras in his apartment or in his bathroom, but no, I put them in
Yeah.
every movie theater.
A movie theater. Wait till he does it.
Well, see, I rarely ever leave my apartment, so you would never have made it there. But yeah, that makes sense. That's the perfect plan.
Yeah, I have to trick you into leaving your apartment for 2 hours so I can install the cameras, like in Death Note.
Jeez. Your favorite movie of all time,
No,
Death Note.
You know what was scarier than this entire movie, guys?
Death Note
Walking out of the theater, looking down on the ground, and seeing a whole fish just on the ground.
in the theater.
What? No, not outside of the theater. Like I walk out of the parking lot right in front. There's just a fish on the ground.
Was it like in Fargo season 1 when it started raining fish?
No, it wasn't raining fish, but it's possible there was a water spout and it got there, but I think it was gutted partially. But
Oh yeah, of course.
so weird.
We're having
Just a whole fish.
we're having some slight Discord connection issues, so we should wrap it up soon. Florian, would you recommend Pet Cemetery?
I guess not. Damn.
Yeah, I'll say not even Redbox. If it comes out on Netflix and you can watch it, I guess essentially for free since you already paid for
Yeah.
Netflix, then maybe if you're really bored, I don't know if the original is better. It probably is. I mean, I like Jason Clarke in this. I like Lord Farquaad in this, but the movie didn't do much for me.
Right.
So,
So you're really saying that this old guy was Lord Farquaad?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Unbelievable. How old was he when he played that role?
20 years younger, I guess.
Yeah, probably about 18 years younger than he is now.
Holy shit. I don't know, I still find it hard to believe.
All right, boys, what is on the Kino schedule? What are we doing next? What's coming up? We got to
Wanna
do
do-
Watchmen
do
sometime
Watchmen?
soon.
If nothing's coming out next week, let's try to do Watchmen. Although
When? Oh, I guess I don't actually know when Pikachu comes out here.
Pikachu comes out after Avengers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right. Oh, yeah, I guess you were talking about after Avengers, not before. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess let's do
Okay.
Watchmen.
Maybe we'll do Watchmen next if nothing else is coming out. But for Is It Kino, I have been.
Hellboy.
Uh,
Yeah.
I have-
It looks so generic.
I've been Mumkey Jones.
I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Yep, I'm Florian. Bye.
Bye, everybody.